There's the first one and the second one. A continuation of that one. Alright, so you are able to remember the concept derived from the first expression of the function, how the power in mathematics is being phrased. And this is one of the samples, again, it has come in part 2. So now, let's look at how can we answer this question here. This simply means f of x when it is like that. So, we can still do the same. We can say that f of x is equal to 3 of 2 x minus 3, like this. So, f of a negative 1 has been given, so there's nothing to beat about the bush there. We just go straight into serious business. We say f of negative 1 is equal to 3 over 2. This is negative 1 minus 3. Thereafter, we're going to say that the function of negative 1 is equal to 3 over 3, open bracket. The result inside is going to be a negative 4 as a result. And then here we can just say the function of 1 is equal to, we multiply the numerator part, which is going to be 3 multiplied negative 4, is going to be negative 12. And over 2 here. And therefore, although divide lastly, to say how many times need to go into negative 12, the final answer will be negative 6. So this is how we solve the Roman numeral 1 on this particular function. Yeah, as we make a continuation from Roman numeral 2, how we are going to answer this question. So find the set of ordered pair for which x is a member of 3, 5, and 7. Let's see everything possible that we are going to do for us to come up with a solution of this particular problem. First of all, you need to consider that this x being a member of this particular pattern of the function that has been asked before you. You should always remember to say these members that have been listed down here are what we're going to call the domain or the input of that particular function, so that we can have the result, so-called the range. So now, for us to solve this question, we should really think about the input out of this particular function. Meaning that we are going to replace the values one by one individually. Meaning that the 3, you substitute in this function, you find the answer. And then this 5 also, until you come up with an ordered pair of this particular function. Meaning that, in other ways, you've been asked to find the output, which is the range, by the help of the input. So what you do there is you're simply going to say that the function f of x, the way it is equal to 3 over 2 open bracket with x minus 3. The same x is equal to x, the first one we pick 3. So just say f of 3 is equal to 3 over 2, we're going to have 3 minus 3, yeah. And then we're going to say that the function of this 3 will be equal to 3 over 2, we're going to have 3 when you subtract the 2. When you multiply the 2, you're going to have 0 over 2, which is going to be 0 as the f of this particular function as 3. And secondly, I'll take this one, the input 5. The same function I'm using, I'm not changing anything, I'm just doing according to the way it is, and now picking the first number, 5, from the same group of sets given before me. So I'll say the f of x, the way it is, will be equal to 3 over 2, open bracket, of x minus 3, like this. In here we're saying we're going to use 5. So substitute where there is x by saying 5. You write 5 is equal to 3 over 2, open bracket, we're going to have 5 minus 3. We know the result is going to be a 2. So simply going to say this is going to be the answer. The difference there is going to be 2. When you multiply the 2, this is 5. It's going to be, you multiply, you're going to have 6 over 2. You multiply this 2, you're going to have 6 over 2. And the final answer is going to be a 3. So it's saying the function of 5 is equal to this one. And then, lastly, we pick 7. Substitute the very function. Then it's going to be the function of this one is equal to 3 over 2, open bracket. We're going to have x minus 3. So you substitute where there is x, you put 7 there. And you say 7, yeah, 3 over 2, you're going to have 7 minus 3. And we're going to have this function, which is going to be 3 over 2. The difference there is going to be a 4. And then we say f of 7 is equal to, multiply it 2, you're going to have 12 over 2. And finally, this f of 7 is equal to 6. Now, we've come up with these three, the result, which is so-called the range, because the domain, so-called the input, has been inputted in the same function, and this is what we're going to have. So the ordered pair of that particular function will be like this. This becomes my x, and this becomes my y. So these will become members of y, and these members of x will be 3, 5, and a 7 there. So what is the result? It's going to be 3, 0, 3, and 6. So these ones will be my pairs of this particular function. So I've come up with the ordered set of pair of the domain and the range. So this is my final answer. So this is what we're supposed to do during the final examination.